This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank. At home in Iowa, at work for you.
This past week included the announcement of UNI's football schedule, with the first game scheduled for February. Football wasn't the only sport with games canceled. Volleyball, soccer, and cross country all had their regularly scheduled competitions pushed to 2021. We hear from all of UNI's fall sports coaches as timelines for a season are set.
A month and a half after postponing fall sports, games are coming back on the calendar. At the University of Northern Iowa, the football team was the first to announce. The 8-game conference-only lineup begins February 20th.
Once the schedule got released, now we have that goal, we have that timeline, and we can recalibrate everything that we've done training-wise so we can get our guys ready to play in the first game on February 20th.
This fall, football will get 15 practices over a 34-day span.
Scripted what we're going to do out this week, and it's really as if we're going to play on Saturday. So maybe in other years, I'd have a little bit more time to do some other stuff. But right now, I'm really gearing them towards game day and working with everyone.
UNI's soccer team is 10 months removed from their last 11-on-11 competition. Games will start in February, allowing UNI's 13 newcomers much-needed additional practices before Game 1.
Their comfort level, our cohesion as a team, and the cohesion that you see from the soccer part is, I wouldn't say it's night and day, but it's significant. And I don't know that you get that jumping right into your fall season. So I think probably a blessing in disguise for teams that are a lot younger and that have made significant changes.
The UNI volleyball team is allowed to work on the court up to 20 hours each week after much tougher restrictions a month ago. It's nowhere close to a normal fall month, but brings a little normalcy to their week.
But just having the opportunity to get some consistency on the court, it has been huge. We don't go one day and then have to wait for 3 days to get back on the court. And I think that's really helped with being able to work on and develop in a lot of different areas. And we have so much we want to work on. I think the challenges are you never really know how long you're going to be able to stay with the system we have going right now, just because of all the constant changes that are happening. So as coaches, you just have so much you want to do, but you have to have a progression with that as well.
The cross-country team is practicing and eyeing a season that overlaps the indoor track season. The NCAA Championships is scheduled for the day after the NCAA Indoor Championships, with the conference meet yet to be announced.
They should be able to run a good 8K for the men or 6K for the women based on the training we do indoors. So I don't think it's going to be too big of a challenge to have them prepared for both at the same time. It is going to be interesting to see how the competitions unfold, how many we will have for cross country as opposed to indoor.
Postseason brackets for the NCAA in football and volleyball will have fewer teams than the past. This puts extra importance on each game UNI's teams compete in.
There's little room for error, whether it's COVID error or football error. It's still error, and it'll still factor into results of this coming season.
There are still plenty of details to be worked out, like fan restrictions and when teams can return after Christmas. But all fall coaches are simply happy to be putting dates on their calendars.
We're going to have this time now, and then we'll send them home once school ends in the fall. And when we get to bring them back and those types of things are still all decisions that have to be made. But I think, having that date on the calendar and something to know that we're actually going to be playing during that time has been super motivating for our team. And I think once we get the conference schedule is actually approved and out, I think that's another motivating factor and just feels more real.
If you're looking forward to seeing UNI fall sports teams in action, keep locked in to Panther Sports Talk for any updates and changes. Still to come, we break down the portion of the basketball schedules announced by the league, and we rewind the clock through the past 33 years of the Missouri Valley Conference and the constant that's been there throughout. We also hear how the NBA draft process was for UNI guard and Valley Player of the Year, A.J. Green.